Hello, and welcome to this episode of the New York Sofa Lights podcast. I'm Rachel, and I am here with my oldest friends in the world, Stephanie and Gretchen. And today we are here to talk about so many things.
Yes.
It's a new year. Happy New
hmm
Year.
Happy New Year,
Happy
everyone.
New
Happy New
Year.
Year. So it is a new year. We're reflecting on 2024 a little bit. And I will say that I think Stephanie and Rachel in particular are very good at predicting trends, but I do see a lot of value in looking back on who did well, who did poorly in 2024. How can we learn from that and grow as a
As a society,
as
as
a
children of God.
society? Yeah. As children of the pop culture society. But yes.
So
I,
we made these lists of winners and people making comebacks in 2024. I ranked them a little bit.
mhm.
So I feel like we can go in even like reverse order the way that I listed them.
People who won 2024, Mormon Wives did pretty well. There
Mormon
was
Wives did great.
Mormon Wives did, yeah. So there's different types of Mormon wives, as we know from our new exposure. There's, of course, the trad wives don't have to be Mormon. They're all over Instagram right now. And then there's that show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which I found very entertaining
I
myself.
loved it.
I knew nothing about them when I went in. I think I said to both of you guys, I thought I was starting a documentary about Mormon polygamy. Yes, not polygamy, polygamy.
Yeah.
And it was not that. And I was like, who's this lady who's wearing a tight dress and talking about TikTok? And then I learned. So I enjoyed it thoroughly myself. But what did you guys think?
I mean, I
I
loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far into it because I also thought it was a documentary. And I liked the couple episodes that I saw, but I got distracted.
Yeah. Well,
But
from what you guys saw, do you identify with anyone in the show? Like, are you like a Macy? Are you?
Ooh.
Is that too tough? They're not like straight. Like, there's no one that's a really clear like caricature or anything. But
There's also like not that much difference between the
yeah,
characters
exactly. Yeah.
of like
yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of got that feeling too. I didn't really personally identify with anyone, but I thought they seemed to have a lot of overlap amongst themselves, which
Yeah.
I thought was interesting. It's like, is that
Yeah.
why they're friends, or is that just like a product of their culture? I don't know.
or like are they friends? Were they just cast
Yeah.
and kind of had to
Yeah.
become a unit kind of like the Hills?
It kind of seemed that
Yeah.
they, even if they weren't cast like by Hulu, they kind of made that group themselves to make money based on who had followers and stuff.
Oh,
But
like a
I definitely,
grassroots
yeah,
casting moment. I love that actually
yeah,
because these women need to take their power back in some kind of way, right?
yeah, which I
Wait, is
do
this
appreciate about that.
the people who were like swingers for a little while,
Yeah, but
right?
just the one apparently, just the one girl
Oh, okay.
apparently,
She's
Taylor.
well, you can't be a swinger by yourself.
No,
So
but like in the group, can you imagine? Can you be a swinger by yourself? Just like, um, no, but within this girl group, there's one girl that they say was the swinger, and everyone else was mad because then everyone thought
She was
they were
like hooking up
swingers.
with everyone's, or I can't remember. I
You
can't
gotta
remember.
rewatch the first episode and or all of the episodes or whatever.
so
Or
like
look to
she was swinging and
yeah,
then it it like got out and she had to like
yeah.
cut
Explain.
ties with the couple that she was swinging with.
So what happened? What had happened
It
was
sounds like cheating.
no. So like she was married. She and her husband decided to open up their marriage and do what's called soft swinging. Don't ask me what that is. I don't think it's just like not full intercourse, as far as I know.
I think that's what it. Let me
And
Google it.
yeah, and she developed feelings for someone that was in this soft swinging group, and I think there was like there were other girls that were in this TikTok group that left because of this whole drama. Um, but it got out, and so she went on TikTok Live or Instagram Live or something and explained it all. And then basically everyone who was part of this TikTok group, it was all, everyone was like, oh, you guys are all swingers, I guess. But she got divorced. Seems like it's all fine there. But I guess there were other people who just like left because they might have been swinging too. I don't know. But like, and things got messy.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
So
doing, yeah.
the Secret Life of Mormon Wives person is not currently a wife.
No, that is correct.
Okay.
Taylor is divorced. She was, and same with the couple girl. I think Layla, the other girl that's not married, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So they're not all like current wives. They were wives at one point. But
Okay.
yes,
Now,
yeah.
I'm like asking you like you're the expert on Mormons. How does the
I might
Mormon
be.
church feel about divorce?
I don't know exactly. I don't think they love it. I think that
Sure.
they accept it, but I don't think they love it. But yeah, it's not like Catholic where you like you can't be divorced. Like you can get divorced, but I think in general, but like almost all of like would say like half of the people there are divorced because I think the extension girl got divorced.
The
It looks
extension
like
girl.
I Googled this. It looks like, according to AI on Google, that they Mormons can legally divorce, but the church strongly emphasizes the sanctity of marriage and views divorce as a last resort, only to be considered in extreme circumstances like abuse or infidelity.
Or
Okay.
soft swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, the second thing that came up in my search when I typed soft swinging was soft swinging Taylor. The first was soft swinging Define.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and it looks
So
like
they
soft
did win.
swinging is,
Yeah.
yeah, it's when couples engage in sexual activities with other couples, but without penetration, and maybe they need to be like all in the same room.
Yeah, that's what they also said if people be in the same room. But
So it's
I
also like exhibitionism.
mm. So Mormon Wives
Oh,
won because they came up. Maybe Soft Swinging won too because no one was talking about it before this year. So
yeah.
But is
yeah,
anyone still doing it? I mean, sure, some people are, but
I don't know.
did that come
After
out as something viewed positively or not?
in this group or in general,
No, I mean like in general.
I don't know.
Like, did it introduce the world to like the cool new trend of soft swinging?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Like,
I
is
feel
that
like
seem like a trend, or is everyone just still being
well, I
polyamorous? Like,
think
I
a
don't
lot of the point of swinging is like you don't know. So like people keep it secret. So we would never know unless we were
That's
looking
true.
into it.
Swingers are
Right.
like fairly secretive.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
as someone who's in LA, I can attest that there is a lot of polyamory out here and they're more open about it. But I don't know. But I
I
feel
feel
like
like
people, yeah,
polyamory is like a thing. It's like everywhere, but like I don't know if it's being like executed like well
yeah,
necessarily. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I feel like, yeah, communication is really important no matter what type of relationship you're in. And like just
yeah,
because one is in a polyamorous relationship doesn't mean the communication is good. But anyway, I digress. I've
yes.
been thinking about this. I'm
I
like, is
think
it just going
the,
to become a trend and go away, or is it going to force better communication? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. So polyamory is neither a winner or loser this year. We will find out maybe in the future.
2025, the year of polyamory.
The year we'll figure out if polyamory works or not. All right, so Mormon Wives, they did pretty well this year.
Yes. Does
As
anyone have a favorite like trad wife, like a favorite person that you follow? It could be outside of the Mormon Wives TV show.
hmm, you know what? I like this woman. She's not a trad wife, but it's related to traditional wife activities. But the Recreate Collective, I think. No, wait, is that her name? No, but that's something else. She creates clothes out of like old like really beautiful dresses and stuff out of old things from the thrift store. So like
Oh.
Follow a
yeah,
bunch of those accounts on Instagram. I feel like
yeah,
maybe I follow her, but I don't
probably.
know.
I might have found out from her from you, I don't know. But like tablecloths
Maybe.
and stuff and they end up really nice. And I'm like, I maybe you should try that. It sounds fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How about you, Rachel?
I feel like a late breaking moment in 2024. This possibly even happened on New Year's Day, but do you follow Ballerina Farm?
I
No,
don't
but I've
follow
heard
her,
of
but
her.
I am aware.
Okay, so this year there was like somebody, New York Times or somebody went out to Utah to interview Hannah, the ballerina farmer. I think her name is Hannah. And it was this really awkward interview because like her husband has no idea what a big deal she is on social media and so thought that the interview was about like them and their farm and like was just
That's kind of amazing.
Oh,
it was the biggest like faux pas. And then everyone was like, is she okay? Like, is this like misogynist creep like ruining her life? She could have been a ballerina. Now she milks cows.
oh
But
my
like
God.
this
Oh,
her like end of 2024 wrap up, she wanted to do like a sweet post and she was like she had a baby this year and it was like here's my year of 2024 and one of the photos on her Instagram was her having just given birth to this new child and all of her children kind of gathered around her and laying in the middle of the bed on these like white sheets in what looks like a barn where she had this baby
oh
is
my
just
God.
her placenta in full
Ah,
view
Oh, with all the children around it?
with all the children around it in full view of the
Oh
camera
my
in this otherwise
God.
very sweet moment.
Oh, okay.
oh
Well,
my God. Oh
I
okay.
my
just
I
gosh.
will say, like, okay, I understand the urge to like not make childbirth and women's bodies like taboo and like we should talk about it. But that
100%.
doesn't seem like super sanitary. I'm just gonna say,
100%.
like, I don't know.
Also, some people are like severely grossed out and triggered by those things.
Mhm.
it like if you didn't know what it was, like you probably wouldn't have noticed it, I would
Oh.
say. I had to take a screenshot and like blow it up and like really inspect it, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure like I don't know. I've had
I'm
two
gonna.
children and it's not like obvious to me like what I was even looking at, but then I was like this is like I just felt it in my heart. I was like that's a placenta.
Oh my
That's a
God, I gotta look that
placenta.
up later. Stephanie, are you looking it up?
I'm
I
Googling
heard some
it, but
clacking.
I'm certainly not seeing
If you
any
go to her
placentas
Instagram, it's
yet.
probably one of the most recent posts and it had like a ton of photos from like all of 2024 and that was just like
Oh
kind of
my
Yeah.
God, that's totally, I see a placenta
Wait,
attached to an umbilical cord.
I'm gonna
Ah,
go look
ah,
while you're doing
oh
it.
my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I mean, I agree, like, we should destigmatize, like, all of this stuff, but, like, that is right there.
it's right out there and you know what, do whatever you want to do. Have a home birth, do the, keep that baby attached to that placenta. I don't know, like, once you deliver the placenta, if there
Oh,
really is any benefit to still continuing to have the baby attached to the placenta.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know either, but yeah, it is right there. I looked too. We all just looked it up because no one had seen it but Rachel, and it is right there.
Well,
Yeah.
you're welcome, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so
Oh
much.
my God.
It is definitely very clear to me, even as a person who has not had kids, that that is an purple umbilical cord and placenta. Yes, that
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
yeah, that was definitely some, I could tell that was something.
that was a lot. That's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, again, don't want to make it taboo. All these things are natural, but that doesn't seem, that seems a little bit off to me. I
It
don't
was
know, but
shocking.
yeah.
And you know what? Good for her because it grabbed my attention in an otherwise very blah post.
Yeah, yeah. She maybe she knows what she's doing. She's like, I'm going to put this placenta out
Oh,
here, and
she
that's why.
knows what she's doing. She had like a real New York Times reporter fly the hell out to fucking Utah and put on like muck
Yeah,
boots and get in a barn. Like she knows what she's doing.
that's true. If she's got a New York Times reporter out there, she's got it. She's savvy. She knows what's up. But
Yes, her
yeah,
husband on the other hand.
it does not know what's up.
Uh,
Wow, that I gotta look up that article. I have not read it yet, but
I
I've
hope
heard of
I don't
her.
remember the publication. It may
Okay,
not be the New York Times, but it was
that's
it was a
fine.
legitimate publication.
Yeah, something of that caliber. Yeah, I'll look it up. But yeah. Okay. Good to
Wow.
know. I might need to start following her just to like get the juicy information.
Yeah, if you
Wow.
want to see about 1,000 things that you can do with sourdough, like it's a great account to follow.
Okay. Does she work like just on the farm and content creating?
Yes. So
Okay.
they sell a bunch of like farm product. They have like a meat farm,
Okay.
whatever. And they
Okay.
sell like flour and sourdough starters and
All right.
cookbooks, I think. They sell a bunch of stuff.
Okay. I'll look it up. But yeah. All right.
Well,
Well, who else? Anything else about Mormon wives or trad wives before we move on?
I
Yeah.
think that covers it.
Yeah.
So in fourth place, which I don't know if this seems fair considering that she had an entire season named after her, but I have Charlie XCX.
Yes. I think she did pretty well this year, obviously.
she
Yeah.
did.
She
She
did
did.
great. I mean, I had not heard the name Charlie XCX before this year for like 10 years. And apparently she's been doing stuff,
Yeah.
this entire time. Um, but she had two albums out this year, Brat and also
Brat
Brat,
remix.
but completely different, but it's still Brat,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I love them both. I love her Troye Sivan tour. Troye Sivan is only in my zeitgeist because he voices one of the trolls in the Trolls
Mm.
movie that my children love. And
Mm-hmm.
he does a great job at it. He does it in an American accent, and it is charming.
Oh.
And
Cool.
yeah, like Brat is amazing, and Charlie is great. And I don't know. I think that we need to just like give her flowers because
Yeah.
she went up against Taylor Swift. She won the summer. It was the summer of Brat. She laid claim to an entire color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
politicians were even talking about Brett Summer.
They
I
I
think
were.
you're
can't
right.
remember who or
Kamala was
Kamala.
yeah,
Brat. Remember
Yeah.
yeah,
Kamala?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So if it
Kamala.
makes it
Oh,
that far into the zeitgeist, I guess.
Yeah. And I feel like it was very Brat Summer. I did listen to some of her music from in between like Fancy and Now, basically, because I think Fancy or like I Love It was the big hit that she was last on. Um, I listened to some of her music. I always liked it. I thought she was like a really interesting music, songwriter and creator. But um, yeah, she really blew up this year, obviously, and um, it was really just like a unique album. I thought it was very interesting. I think she had like a really clear point of view. I loved it in that sense. And also I think it's kind of funny that like all of her albums look like the Brat cover, but they're all just different colors. So she just picked the right color, I guess. But
oh,
yeah, because
I
they all
didn't
are like
know
just
So
different
that.
she's good
names.
at branding. Is
Yeah,
that?
like they all just have like the one name on the like with the same font, like different color. And then yeah, so this year she picked the right one, I guess. Or her team picked the right one. I don't know. But um
I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah. The only reason I know Troy Sivan is from the SNL Timothy Chalamet impression that he did.
Wait,
I didn't
was
know him.
he impersonating Timothy Chalamet or was Chalamet impersonating
No,
Troye Sivan?
Chalamet was impersonating Troy Sivan.
Okay,
And I didn't know who it
honestly,
was.
they look so similar.
Yeah, they do. Once I looked it up, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
other than their, I guess, hair color.
Yeah. And I think Troy Sivan is a little taller, right?
Oh, maybe he could
I
be.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Timothée Chalamet right now. Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy.
Timmy. I hear it's just Timmy to people
Timmy,
he knows.
I love Timmy. I
Yeah.
am pro Timmy. I don't like when there are goys in my movies about Jews, but I feel like since maybe like, he um Bob Dylan's not like a practicing Jew
Yeah.
currently, that it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm
Yeah.
like not 100%. Like I think he is good. Like every time I see him something, I'm like, oh, he's like really good. I'm wondering about the whole Jenner relationship. That's a little weird. He's with Kylie Jenner right now. I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that
Um,
was an interesting choice, but
yeah. I mean,
I
if you're
mean,
happy, you're happy. It's whatever. But
What do you think they talk about?
that's the thing is,
that's
I
what
don't
I
know
don't
what the
understand.
fuck are they
Like,
talking about?
what do they talk
Yeah,
about? Like,
yeah, I
Are
don't
they
she's a
know.
just
pet,
like,
she's a
you're so
mom. Like,
pretty?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you're so pretty. I don't know if you ever listened to, like, so there's this podcast called Infamous, and they did a
Oh yeah, I do
story
listen to that
on,
sometimes.
yeah, they did a story on Kylie Jenner's like lip or
Mm.
cosmetic thing. And it was
Hmm.
On the
super
surgery or
interesting.
her cosmetic line?
Her cosmetic line.
Oh,
It was
okay.
super interesting because they were sitting with her and her mom. And every question that they'd ask Kylie, but then her mom would answer. She'd be like, Mom? And like, it's really interesting. I was like, oh, like I know maybe it was a couple of years ago, so maybe things have changed, but I'm like, oh, so is just Kris Jenner running this whole thing? Like, I don't
I'm
know.
pretty
I
sure.
Yeah,
think we
Yeah.
yeah,
know that Kris
yeah.
Jenner is running everything.
I am so naive. I was like, oh, Kylie figured it out. Kylie's cool. Like, she figured out how to make a business. And then
Kylie is a genius.
and then I listened to this. I'm like, oh, it's Kris Jenner. I totally like. I realized, oh, Kylie's just modeling for the front of everything, and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Have you
um,
Yeah.
tried her products?
I have not. I've heard they're okay, but I haven't
I have
tried
not
them.
tried
How about
them.
you?
I've seen those
Mm-mm.
vending machines of them at
Yeah,
some random airports. I've been.
yeah, yeah. They have vending machines with Kylie products. Very
Oh,
interesting. Yeah.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah. I guess the lip kits are. I mean, I appreciate pairing a lipstick or a gloss with a pencil because you're always trying to find the matching one. I get it. Like that makes sense. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The whole but yeah, anyways, so back to Charlie XCX. She is genuinely talented. We can't necessarily say that for Kylie Jenner, but Charlie
True
XCX
story.
is genuinely talented.
Yes.
Um,
Some
yeah.
other people who are genuinely talented at number 3,
Mhm.
everyone in Wicked on the Wicked press tour,
Yes.
just like participating in the press tour,
Hmm.
just the whole thing. I loved it from top to bottom. What a feat. What a
I
feat of
know.
marketing. What a performance.
Yeah.
What, I mean, it just chef's kiss on the Wicked press tour.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I thought Ariana,
100%.
yeah, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo seem to have a really nice relationship, so. And I love the theme dressing. I know some people are not on board for that, but I love it. So,
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
Like, what else are you gonna do in 2025? I feel like everything has been done in a way, so like, why not just circle it back to theme dressing?
And
yeah.
especially when you're like plugging a musical,
Yeah.
Hmm.
like you
Yeah,
want to
or
be over the
also
top.
like Margot Robbie with the Barbie movie. Like, what
Yeah.
else are you
Hmm.
gonna do? Like, pretend it's not a Barbie movie? Like, it's good. Like, what
Yeah.
they did was good. What they did on the Wicked press tour has been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite moment from the Wicked press tour?
There was, I didn't see the video part of it, but I saw a photo with like the caption, and it was Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, and they're talking about how like they learned a lot from each other, and Cynthia said that she learned softness from Ariana, and Ariana was like, and I like got her strength, and like it was just really cute, I thought. So,
That's a really
I thought,
sweet.
yeah, it was a really
That's
sweet moment.
nice.
Yeah,
A really
I
sweet moment.
loved. I think it was and I loved all of Cynthia Erivo's outfits. Basically, I loved she had this one Erdem like dress slash pant dress combination that was
Mm,
green and really cool. And then she had this one that was black that kind of had like hands on it.
yes.
Yes,
I've
so
seen some people wearing the hands dresses. I've seen them around. I really love them. Yeah, I
hmm.
loved everything that everybody
I think
wore on this
Tom
press tour.
Brown maybe
Oh,
for the hands dress.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
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 No, I loved, I mean, obviously the highlight of the press tour was the holding space interview, which
Yes. Yes.
was just lovely. But also, like, I don't want us to forget about that time that Cynthia Erivo got so mad about a fan poster.
Yes.
that made it look like the poster for the
Yeah.
musical.
I mean, I get what she was saying. I think saying it was the most offensive thing she's ever seen was probably a lot.
That was a
But
lot.
yeah, but I understand.
Hyperbole. Yeah.
I understand like why she might have been a little pissed off. But it was there was some hyperbole there. So
Yeah. I
but
mean, just bring that energy though with you into 2025, Cynthia Erivo.
yeah, you know what? Maybe
Yeah,
I'll bring
stand
it
up
with
for
me too.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, stand
Yeah,
up for
stand up for
yourself.
yourself and like have some righteous anger, whatever. Like just
yeah,
Yeah. Ask for forgiveness later.
need to
yeah.
say or
It's okay
don't,
to be angry.
whatever.
Yeah. Or don't.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I
It's
love it.
okay
I
to get
think we've
mad
all
about
learned a
things.
lot.
Yeah. Other than that, I did hear, I don't know if this is true, but you know how Ariana Grande dyed her hair? But she dyed her hair, but she's wearing a wig apparently in the movie.
She has been on a journey with
Yeah.
that hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I think that the problem was that she wanted to do the blonde like herself. She wanted to really
Mm,
get it there. And then maybe like it seems like where she was actually able to get it was just kind of not quite
mm,
there. It's kind of in like an orange
mm-hmm.
tiger creamsicle
Yeah.
place. And I
Yeah.
think maybe that's like as much as it would lift. And so they had to do
Yes.
the wig, and that's okay.
Yes. Yes. And I think she kind of, if I had to guess based on the whole tour, the kind of immersion, it seems like more than Cynthia Erivo or anyone else, she really wanted to become Glinda for this like phase in her life. She was like just down.
She wanted to do like a transformational
Yeah.
role.
Yes. She was like, I'm down to be Glinda
She's like,
every day
and
of the week if I have to.
it'll be a really big stretch as an incredibly beautiful brunette for me to play an incredibly beautiful
Yeah.
blonde woman.
No one will believe me, but I can do it.
She's like the Gary Oldman of our time.
How so?
Because he's one of these, like, he really immerses himself in looking very different for every
Yeah, yeah.
role.
A Christian Bale, if
A
you
Christian
will.
Bale, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
Oh, God
She's
bless her.
method acting, yes. But no, but she does seem to. I mean, she kind of already had like a little bit of her brand is a little bit unserious, anyways. But it kind of went to a heightened level. I feel like so. But yeah,
Yeah, she kind of like, I guess, was not able to get out of the voice. Like, I think that she has now. I've seen
mm,
her since, and she's kind of like stepping it down and stepping it down. But
mm,
like, I feel like when Austin Butler was like unable to shake off
mm,
the Elvis voice for kind of a while, like she was in a similar situation where like she
mm-hmm,
was doing Glenda voice for like a while
mm-hmm.
post
Yeah,
Wicked.
yeah. And that didn't happen with like Cynthia Erivo or Jonathan Bailey, as far as I know.
No,
So
well, because they're English, so it was like I
ah,
think more distinct. They were like,
yeah,
we can just go back to speaking in
yeah.
our normal
It's a very
way.
clear line. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
But
makes sense.
and I loved how Jonathan Bailey gave off very bi vibes in the movie. I don't know if that was in the original stage production.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a choice. I think it really worked. It worked for the
Mm-hmm.
character, right?
Yeah, for sure. Someone who's a little hedonistic and yeah, for
Yes, I
sure.
love him. I love a 37-year-old high school or college student dancing around in the library.
Yeah, I mean, he did say he failed out of a bunch of colleges in the movie, so it could have been like 2 years at each one, and then before you know it, he's 32 or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
Time
who
flies,
knows?
man.
Yeah. All right, what's
um,
next on our list?
so our number one,
Ah.
the winner of 2024 is all of the really hardworking Hollywood injectors who have literally achieved magic this year. We'll shout out a couple, like starting with the Wicked press tour, Ariana Grande with those eyebrows defying gravity. Like they just, they kind of point up in the middle, but there's no like lines in between the eyebrows in the Triangle of Sadness region.
Mhm.
It's a feat to behold. And so whoever's doing her injections, I wonder if it's like, do you think it's like the same person? Like doing her and
Maybe.
Lindsay Lohan and Donatella Versace and like all of these people who have literally been like resurrected back to life by injections this year.
The only thing that makes me
No.
pause is they all live in different places. Like Lindsay Lohan lives in Dubai,
She
and
lives in
then
Dubai.
yeah, yeah, and then Ariana Grande, I assume, lives in LA or New York. I don't know.
Why does
And
she
then
live in Dubai?
I don't know.
To
I don't
escape
know.
the press
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
probably.
Oh
and that
my
probably.
God.
I think she also might have converted to Islam and like has a husband who's Islamic. I'm not 100% sure, but
Oh.
um, and then I think Donatella Versace lives in Italy. So like unless they're all flying to the same place, which they could be,
Or the
that's the only
doctor
thing.
flies to them.
Oh yeah, that too.
Or that.
Or people have just gotten better at it with practice. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I think the injections have come a long way since, the early days.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, for sure. Like it's not like a Lisa Rinna situation anymore. But
yeah. No, and I think
yeah.
that Donatella was a victim of like early like
Mm.
injectables and fillers and is now looking like 70 years younger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think she found a makeup look that works a little bit better with her face.
Mm-hmm.
She used to, and like, yeah, I totally agree though. She looks her age, but somehow younger. I don't know. It's weird. Like than she used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whoever
Yeah,
does
she
Lindsay
does
Lohan.
look a lot younger than she used to,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? She looks amazing. And Madonna too. Like she had a very weird start to 2024 and has now like really, pulled back, I guess, maybe on like what she's doing with her face and is looking a little bit more human.
Oh, good. I
Yeah,
haven't seen
Madonna's
her.
looking better. I would agree.
I have not seen her recently, but I do think she should, yeah, just like let it go like a little bit. Like she's like clinging on real hard to like
Yeah.
fillers and then like looking
Yeah.
eternally youthful. It's like it's okay. You don't have to look. I think that's the other thing that maybe we're is making it better. Like yes, everyone is still getting fillers and talks, and that's like totally fine. But there's also I think more of like a movement towards like you're not going to look 20 years old when you're 40 and that's okay. And like how do we adjust our expectations? How do we adjust where we put things in our face and stuff like that? So, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So mhm.
Yeah. So the doctors are doing magic, but also we're adjusting our
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all in
Yes.
service of
Yeah.
the good.
Yes. And Lindsay Lohan does look amazing. And
She looks amazing.
yeah, I
She
think
does.
there's
She had a baby this year, too.
yeah, she's had a great year. She made two movies for was it two or just
Yeah,
one
or
for
I guess
Netflix?
one for Netflix, and she had one last year for Netflix. So she's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
right.
carving
There's
out her
Falling for
little.
Christmas. Yeah.
Oh no, she had a baby in 2023.
Okay.
But still.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like also we shouldn't discount that the fact that when she didn't look like the before pictures with her, it's all like when she was drinking really hard and probably doing drugs and like not taking care of herself. And now she probably is taking better care of herself because she has a kid and like is working more and stuff. So I don't think we should discount that. Like some lifestyle changes for sure.
Oh
But the
yeah.
injectors, the facialists, they're doing amazing work this year. Congrats to all the injectors. And all right, so do you want to talk about who made a comeback this year?
Yeah, a couple of just like late breaking comebacks in the
Mm-hmm.
year. Lindsay Lohan, Blake Lively, Paris Hilton is trying to make a comeback. Like it is
Yeah.
2004 again.
Yes.
Fashion is like
Yeah.
back in 2004. Adam Brody is back. Like I feel like really what's
Mm.
making a comeback is the early aughts.
Yeah. I can totally see
Yeah.
that.
All the
Yeah.
trends are coming back around,
Yeah.
not
The
just clothes.
That's very
Can I just
true.
say though, I have like actually not really been a fan of Blake Lively since even before her Am I the Asshole scandal this summer. I just
Yeah.
don't really like her work. I don't really like her. she seems like she just seems like a bit smug to me.
I mean, I think I tried to like her with like Gossip Girl because she I like aspired to be more of the like Sienna Miller, Kate Moss type as like a high schooler, and she was supposed to be within that mold in Gossip Girl. And I think I tried to like her, and I think the thing is like I never, I, I don't want to be, I don't want to be mean. I just like never believe her in anything she's in. I'm like, oh, it's Blake Lively being Blake
Yeah,
Lively,
yeah,
and
I
like,
know.
yeah, and
Maybe that's part of it too.
yeah, but
I
like I do believe
Yeah.
that she was probably harassed because I don't know why she would make that up. But in her interviews, she does come off as like a little bit bitchy sometimes, and I was very surprised that as a movie that was about domestic violence, she didn't have anything to say about that all summer. That kind of bothered
Yeah,
me. Yeah,
that was
so
Yeah, I
surprising.
think like speaking of like press tours, like the Wicked press tour was an amazing example. The what's the movie called? It
It
ends with
ends with
us. That
us.
press
Yeah.
tour was like the opposite of whatever Wicked did because like
It's a really good lesson in what not to do.
yeah, like you could tell Justin Baldoni was like not impressed with her. Like regardless of whatever happened, you could tell like they didn't like each other, right?
mm-hmm.
And they couldn't even pretend to, and they're
Mm-hmm.
actors, so it's like what's happening?
Yeah,
And then she had nothing to say about domestic violence, and then some of the things she actually said, like came out and said, sounded super 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 tone deaf, and
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
yeah.
just beyond like like didn't she get training in this, you
Yeah,
know?
someone should have like who on her team didn't sit her
So,
down and be like, "Listen, you're gonna get questions
and not
about
just
domestic
that,
violence."
like, is she like not, she she's not thinking that deeply. She's not thinking at all.
Well, there's this one thing I saw where like some girl had made her. She made both her and the girl who plays the younger version of her a friendship bracelet, like the Taylor Swift friendship bracelet.
Oh,
And the girl who played the younger version was like so appreciative. Was like, "Oh my god, thank you!" Like, and put it on right away. And she gave one to Blake Lively, and Blake Lively was like, "Oh, thank you. You know, it doesn't match my outfit, but I'll wear it later." But her boa was like covering her wrists anyways. Like she had this big like feather thing on. And I'm like, you could just put that on and no one would have seen it. Like it doesn't even matter.
Blake
And it was
Yeah,
just
Lively,
like,
no. Like,
yeah.
first of all, who cares? Because Blake
Yeah.
Lively is the worst dressed woman in Hollywood. Like, she
No
right
one's gonna
out.
be like, wow, that friendship bracelet ruined your outfit. Like no one's
No,
gonna say
there
that.
are six other things that ruined your outfit, Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Like,
starting with the boa.
her and
Yeah,
Taylor
she had
Swift, I cannot believe the way that these women leave the house looking
I
sometimes. I'm
know.
like, you
I
have more
know.
money than God. And like,
Yeah.
what on earth is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure she brags about not having a stylist
She
Mm.
does.
for
And
her
Taylor
like
Swift as well
day-to-day
does not use a
looks.
stylist. And I'm like, you
Like
like maybe
it's
should
okay.
though.
It's okay to not be an
But
expert in
Taylor
everything.
Swift
Like,
knows what her brand is. Like she's very girl next door,
mhm.
and she's like she knows how to nail that look.
I don't know.
Blake
There were a lot of
Lively,
looks that were suspect this past year
Yeah,
with
there
like
was that
a,
like plaid dress thing. Was that this
oh
year?
my God.
Yeah,
And like
that
it's
was.
a mini skirt with like a mid calf boot. And like I know that
Hmm.
you're 9 feet tall, but that's not flattering anybody.
Yeah,
Like,
I know it was. I think I remember that. Yeah, but no, and the thing is, it's like it's okay to not be an expert at all things, and people are like, "Oh, I don't need to do any of this. I'm so magical. I don't need." I'm like, no, it's okay. Like
yeah.
I know I'm like I have limitations with makeup, for example. Like I know how to do one thing. So if I'm gonna get makeup done, I have to ask someone else. Like it's okay. But um
Yes,
yeah,
it's
it is
okay to
interesting.
ask for help.
Yes, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It
So some
is.
other things that have been making like a very strange comeback. I will also say that I'm like on the 2004 front,
Mhm.
um, very, very happy to see Adam Brody back on top
Mhm.
where he always belonged, a
Mhm.
Jewish American king. And I
Mhm.
just am so glad that we seem to be. So 2023 was a really rough year for Jews. We had Oppenheimer, we had fucking Bradley Cooper in a schnoz
Oh
playing Leonard
yeah.
Cohen.
Oh,
Didn't love
yeah.
that.
Didn't love that.
Yeah, I thought we knew not to do stuff like that, but I guess we don't.
It was uncool, and I think he paid for it. I think no one is sadder than Bradley Cooper that he didn't win an Oscar, especially for that movie. But I think that it was karma, and he deserved it anyway. Um, but no, we've seen 2024 has been great for Jews playing Jews, and I will cite
Yeah.
The Brutalist, which is
Mm.
apparently an acquired taste, but I think, overall getting some good reviews, getting some strange reviews. I think it's a strange movie, but I'm in favor because I love
Yeah.
Adrian Brody. I love Adam Brody, and I love
All
hot
the Brodies.
rabbis, and I love that people are like, you know, even though the other character in Nobody Wants This appears to never have met a Jewish person before, that
Yeah, what
like,
was that? Yeah. That was weird.
quite honestly, like, what was that
Yeah.
about? Living in Los Angeles, like,
Yeah, what?
some Jews,
Yeah. Yeah.
Were they
but
trying
like,
to like educate on Judaism or like Jew cultural Judaism or like what was going on there?
I guess maybe. I guess they wanted a character who, like a viewer, might be a complete blank slate, like,
But
so that they could
yeah.
explain everything about Judaism to like the Netflix viewers in the flyover states.
Yeah, I guess. But like, yeah, I mean that girl, she's based off of like Erin Foster, right? Who grew up in the music industry,
But
who
who is not Jewish?
correct.
So yeah,
But yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I
But
don't know.
it was confusing. I mean, yeah. But I agree. Adam Brody and Adrian Brody are early 2000s icons that should deserve to
Hmm.
get their work. And I really want to see The Brutalist. I know it's partly about architecture because of brutalism
Yes,
is a thing, and I really want to see it. And I also want to see um, The Last Showgirl. Thought I was going to go this
yes.
last week, but it was actually doesn't come out till next week, so
Oh,
I do want to see that. Yeah, where I am at least. But yeah, and so Pam Anderson, speaking of comebacks, did
yes,
a great job this year and the year
Yeah,
before.
she did.
and
Yeah,
is
and
nominated for a
2023.
Golden Globe.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
what?
The Last
For,
Showgirl.
oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I was surprised though, because if it's not out in LA, like where is it out, and how did it account for this year? I don't know, but that's
Oh,
right.
I think that if it comes out like in limited release on a certain number of
Oh,
screens, it can be considered and then like go into wide release after the new
yeah.
year.
I was just surprised that it
Okay.
wasn't like in limited release
Yeah, it says the
Oh,
in
in
release
LA.
date
LA,
is
yeah.
January 8th,
Yeah, what is that? That's weird.
I don't
And
know.
like,
2025.
isn't that after the Golden Globes? That's so. Did it
Yes.
premiere at some? Didn't it? It premiered at like
It
some
must have been at
festivals,
a
maybe.
festival, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why it counted. Okay. Um, but yeah, I do want to see that eventually. But and then
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
yeah, and I
I
do
love Pam
love.
Anderson.
I love her like yeah, challenging beauty standards, wearing no makeup. I love that.
I love it too.
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with wearing makeup, obviously, but I love that she's kind of like testing the waters and seeing how she feels and doing what's comfortable for her and stuff. So
She looks great.
yeah,
She had a
Yeah, she
really
really does.
defiant year, and I'm
hmm
so happy for her.
yeah,
Coming off the
I
heels of
agree.
like Pam and Tommy, which
Yeah,
I think we all hated.
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
didn't watch it in defiance of the whole thing because
Oh,
they
I
didn't
watched it.
authorize it.
I will watch an unauthorized biopic any day of the week.
I
And I'll let you
started
tell me
it.
about it
Yeah,
because
I watched half of
I
it,
want to know.
but it. I
Did
don't
you
know.
did you make it to the part where Jason Mantzoukas was the voice of Tommy Lee's penis?
Yes.
I
And
think
I
that was
love
the best
Jason
part.
Mantzoukas. Well, because like actually, the reason why this happened, I looked it up.
You
I didn't
should
even
watch it
I
after
didn't
all.
even know that I didn't. I looked this up later, but it like oh no, I looked this up before I watched it somehow. Tommy Lee's biography has like his penis talking. His autobiography has his penis talking in parts of it. So I think that's why they did that.
So it's not completely ridiculous.
Yeah, but it is insane that like Jason Mantzoukas' voice is coming out of this guy's dick who's just like talking to him. And it's like,
I
yeah,
can't imagine anything more perfect,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. And I
Do
do
you
love,
think,
yeah.
do you think that Jason Mantzoukas reads the biography audiobook?
That would be amazing
And
if he
should we ask
does.
him to?
Yeah, we should. We should write it
someone
into jasonmantzoukas.com and tell
Jason
him.
Mantzoukas at jason.com.
He should at least voice the penis parts,
Yeah, he should
right?
voice the
Like,
penis part. It shouldn't be like, yeah, there's got to be a different voice for the penis.
That's
Um,
Tommy Lee
amazing.
doesn't get to voice his own penis in the
no,
audiobook. That's
Oh,
no.
do you
just
think now I need to
absurd.
know. I need to know who reads the audiobook if there is
Yeah.
one. We're going to report back on this.
Yeah, I am curious too. But no,
We'll cover audiobooks in a segment down the line because what a rich territory that is.
yes, it is a rich territory. And I think speaking of books, kind of, we are doing the semi book club, which is more of a multimedia club. And so I know a couple of us listened to JC Chazet's new concept album, Playing with Fire.
Oh my God, what a gift.
So JC had a little bit of a comeback this year with his first album in like, what, 15 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
But probably more. Rachel clued us in. I had no idea. And they're definitely trying to make it a musical. I looked it up. They have an Instagram for it. So yeah.
Oh, it's on its way.
I don't know. Like, I have no idea. I think they're looking for funding.
Oh, I will donate to a Kickstarter. Send me the link.
It's definitely like, I don't know. How do you describe it? I mean, we did discuss a little bit amongst ourselves, like.
Now, Steph, did you get a chance to listen to it?
I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh
Stephanie's
God,
our delinquent child. Yeah.
But
I'm
you're
sorry.
in for such a treat.
It's been a rough week. I have like 4 dislodged discs in my neck. It's been a lot.
I know. Okay,
Okay.
we'll excuse you, but I will say you don't
I
have
did
to
watch The
move.
Substance, and Julie scared my husband to another side of the house. He was like, "I'm out. I'm not
Oh,
watching
he didn't watch it with you?
No.
Oh
Okay.
no.
All right.
He
Well,
declared it not for him and
okay.
left, and then I had to
So
deal with it all on my own.
okay, we'll talk about Playing with Fire once Stephanie has gotten a chance to listen to it. I will tell you do not have to move your neck to listen to it, so you should give it a shot.
Speak for yourself. I have to bop my head to things. Stop
all right, valid.
A couple of bops involved.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you could listen to it in the gym. Maybe there are a couple of like kind of good songs to run to.
I'm
maybe
supposed to drive to IKEA tomorrow.
There you go.
Allegedly. Actually, we were going to go today, but then I remembered that we were recording and my husband remembered he had a Pilates class. So we literally turned around and didn't go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were in the car? Oh my God.
Yeah, tomorrow I can play it. And he can't leave then. He'll be stuck in the car. He'll be stuck, even if he doesn't like it.
You should ask him for his thoughts so you could bring him back to us. But so once we do you want to mention anything about Louboutins before we move on to the Substance / Golden Globes?
Yes, and in the spirit of 2004 being back, I keep getting served ads for these truly unhinged Louboutins. Like, we all know that like the point shoe ballet flat was in fashion the last couple of years and they were looking great and they were always flat. And then I think that someone at Christian Louboutin was like, they heard the Blake Lively of it all, they heard the Adam Brody of it all, and they just like perked up their little ears and they were like, the early aughts are back and so are lubes.
I have some shoes. I lied.
So they designed.
I lied without knowing I lied.
Like, the front of the shoe isn't just inspired by point shoes, like it is a legitimate point shoe.
Yeah.
Like, and then it has a Louboutin stiletto heel. It is truly the most unhinged shoe I've ever
Like,
seen in
what
my life.
do you wear it with? Like, the only thing I could think of was when, and I said this in our text, was Lara Flynn Boyle wearing like ribbons up her calf when she dressed as a ballerina at that one Oscars or Golden Globes or something. And like,
Yes.
there's literally
Yeah.
nothing you can wear those shoes with. Like, nothing.
Well, a
It will look like a costume.
tutu, I think you
Yeah,
have
I guess
to.
so. I guess.
I don't know. I mean, I want to love them. Like, I kind of do love them, but you're right. Like, what do you wear them with? Are we going to see them on red carpets and
I
stuff?
don't
Or is
know.
this just like, I feel like Louboutins have been kind of like out of fashion for the past 10 years. And maybe this is
Mm-hmm.
like them clawing at a comeback.
Yeah, possibly.
I
Could
don't,
be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, I don't know. And also, like, are these comfortable shoes?
No,
Like,
I can tell you
It
by
looks
looking
less
at them.
comfortable than wearing an actual point shoe.
Yeah.
right, I mean, an actual point shoe is not uncomfortable until you go up on point.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're actually very comfortable because they have like kind of a big blocky toe and not like a pointy toe.
Yeah.
So like, and
And
you
they're
could wear
Yeah.
them
putting a
with those.
stiletto on that. And I just don't feel like it's flattering at all. Like it
No.
obviates the whole point of a point shoe, which is
Yeah.
to lengthen the leg and
Exactly.
lengthen your line. And those shoes aren't lengthening.
Yeah.
They're
And
like a
they're
demi point. They're like going up on half, releve.
yeah. And
Yeah.
the point of like them being the color that they are is they're supposed to kind of meld with your skin or like the tights you're wearing, right? Because they do
If
make
you're white, yeah.
yeah. Well, like but they make all different tones now too. But traditionally, yeah, it's like the pink
Right.
tights was what they were blending in with was your legs.
And I've only
So
seen them in pink, unless they're making other colors.
Okay. So I think that we can conclude it there for our coverage of the highs and lows of 2024, our hopes for 2025. And join us on the next episode. We're going to talk about The Substance, which is a movie I think we all very much enjoyed. And we're going to talk about the Golden Globes, which is an award show for which The Substance is nominated. See you next time.